All right, guys, hope you're all doing well, and welcome to another entry in our Best of 5 YouTuber Showcase. Today, guys, we're going to have a showdown between ShadowOnlineGaming, who's going to be fighting the Loremaster of Sotek. So yes, guys, it's going to be a glorious showdown, and hopefully you enjoyed that thumbnail. So I have to give credit where credit is due. So the Gobbo King actually designed part of that thumbnail. I did the Lizardman side, and he did the Nazgul / ShadowOnlineGaming side. So yes, it is time. We're going to have some fun. So the players are now in the lobbies, and they're going to be picking their armies. And from there, we're going to get the show on the road. So the first game is actually going to be the Beastmen versus the Dwarves. So this is definitely going to be tough. Cygors, chariots. The Beastmen have a lot of good options here, for sure. I mean, the Bestigors are pretty good against Dwarf infantry. Granted, they can get, take quite a bit of damage in their approach, but Razorgore herds are very quick. They do rampage, but if you get them into that sweet spot, they can do a ton of damage. But obviously, the Cygor is going to be very tough for the Dwarves to handle, for sure. So we'll see how it goes. How's it going, Wet Martini? Welcome, welcome. We got Corn Berserker in here, Takugar, Aaron B, Alexandru, Red Spotted Drake. Hey, Adam, how's it going? My hair grew 4 inches since the last stream. I actually had it tied back yesterday. Today I'm feeling a little bit more, kind of biblical, so I'm gonna leave it out in the front. So yeah, guys, it's gonna be fun. Thank you guys all for joining today. And I will be doing my own regular stream on Monday or Tuesday, but usually over the weekends we'll have like best of 5 streams and things like that. So, hey, Vincent from Catalonia, welcome, man. I don't know, I can't see if that's a T or a C at the end of your name, so my apologies if I messed that up. But welcome, man, welcome. But yeah, so it looks like Loremaster of Sotek is going to be playing the Beastmen. Surprising, I thought he was going to be opening with the Lizardmen, but looks like we're going to be getting a Beastmen game. And Shadow, I can't see his army quite yet, but for the Dwarves, he's definitely going to need some AP in the front line. Maybe some Vanguard Bugman's Rangers, in the style of the Gobbo King, to get a little bit crazy and take out the Cygor. You never know. There could be some shenanigans going on. It'll be a good time for all. Chalk Talk Brothers. Yeah, there's going to be some action today. So yes, this is going to be a best of 5. And we do have a couple more best of 5s coming over the course of the weekend. We'll probably have one tomorrow. We might even do a second one later tonight, maybe like 9 or 10. So both Americans and Europeans in the morning can catch it. We'll see. And yeah, Turin, you're the man. Got me to play some Total War again. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for the kind words, my friend. I'm glad you guys are enjoying all this. I'm going to try and do as many streams as I can. It's kind of the new direction of the channel. I'll still be doing all my regular videos and everything. But, again, I really do love the streaming and getting a chance to interact with you guys and all that. So you will see the dinos. I mean, Loremaster of Sotek is undoubtedly going to be picking dinosaurs. The rules of this particular event, each player can pick one New World faction over the course of the series. So you can play Lizardmen, Dark Elves, High Elves, Skaven, but you can only pick one of them in the entire series. So you kind of have to use them like your trump card, because since, they're mostly tier 1 factions. So, yeah. Awesome to see the Baconators get some use. I agree, Gary, the friendly little lizard. And Gary, I have a quick question about your name, and thank you also for sponsoring the channel. Is your name from, like, how I call my Bastillodons Gary in my videos, or, give them like a, some sort of a name like that? Is that where you got that from, or did you just come up with that on your own and we just kind of had a coincidence there? A little bit curious, so let me know, brother. So Console Gamer 2020 says, I started my first ever Total War campaign today. It's hard. Yeah, campaign is a different beast for sure. We may be doing another one at 10 p.m. tonight. So for those of you guys in Europe, it'll be like 7 or 8 in the morning. And for those of you guys, in the United States, it'll be late night action. We'll see. I don't know. It might just be tomorrow. Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. I got it. What do you think about the new free DLC coming? I'm pretty excited. It's going to be quite fun. As soon as it comes out, I'll be doing some videos on it and everything. Yeah, the laboratory. Is that what you're referring to? If it is, I'm quite excited. But yeah, so it looks like for the Loremaster of Sotek's army, he is indeed ready. I like his army quite a bit. I like the front line of having the 2 Bestigors, and then going a little bit wider with Gore Herds with shield, so they're going to be more durable than the dual-wield Gore Herds, and they can also take some of that Dwarf fire, pressure the flanks. They are faster than Dwarf infantry, so there's definitely some nice perks there. On top of that, he does have a couple of groups of the Raiders, and the Raiders, I think, are good also because they have stock, so they're not going to take damage in their approach. And they're really good for focusing down Rangers. So a lot of Dwarf players like to bring Althar's Raiders in this matchup. Again, they're very good. Mark of Althar, you get that armor-piercing damage. They're pretty good melee, so the Raiders can decimate them really quickly if you're not careful. Okay, I got you, Gary. You didn't want to... oh, it wasn't an annoyance at all. It was pretty funny, actually. Hey, Kai, how's it going? When do you think the next faction DLC is coming out? Well, if you saw the Creative Assembly post, Kai, it actually articulated that something cryptic would be coming in January, I think. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know, but I think that's what it said. You'll have to go check her. But that's what I think. So probably January, February, maybe. Go Team Nerdmaster. Oh, man. His previous name, Gary the Friendly Lizard's previous name was Revivification Crystal, because he knows I struggle saying that. So every time I would read his comment, it was trolling me. It was pretty funny. But yeah, some deep thought from Shadow. It looks like Loremaster of Sotek's 100% ready. And also, guys, a little bit about our competitors. So Shadow Online Gaming runs a YouTube channel heavily focused on Total War Warhammer. And he plays a lot of, he actually has hosted his own tournament. So he's had folks like Gobbo King and John Ton and, Dob Plays and all of those guys actually playing in tournaments on his channel. So he hosts them, he runs them, he also plays in them as well. So a man of many talents. An awesome dude, and definitely recommend checking him out. There will be a link to his channel in the comment section below after the video is posted. And also on top of that, Loremaster of Sotek, for those of you guys that don't know Loremaster, as the title would infer, he does a Warhammer lore channel. So he does very heavy focus on Warhammer fantasy lore, so you're going to see lore videos on Archeon. He's also starting to get into quick battles a little bit more on his channel, so you're going to see, a pretty diverse platform for sure. So I don't choose sides, but you guys can be team Shadow or team Loremaster. Perhaps we'll have a vote in chat, see what everyone thinks. Yeah, maybe we will. We'll see. Looks like the Gobbo King's pulling for Shadow. All right. This is going to be good. No, you're not late, Giselle. This is actually the first game in the series between Shadow Online Gaming and Loremaster of Sotek. So yeah, I support Black Iron Battles. We must never forget. Black Iron Battles actually had to work today, so he wasn't able to play. Well, not work. He had something going on. So let me see here. Yeah, we're good. Feel free to start, brothers. So Black Iron will be playing it probably tomorrow. We're going to have a showdown with Black Iron tomorrow, so we're going to find an opponent for him. Maybe it'll be like Dob Plays, Pharaoh, Gobbo, whoever would be the best match for him. Hey, and Pharaoh and Gobbo, if you guys in chat could perhaps like run a straw poll on who you think would win, that'd be pretty fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of that, and we'll also give you this as well. May Sotek bless your micro. Turn doesn't take sides because he already knows the winner. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see if we can have any scandals today. I mean, it might be, hopefully it's a good series. We want to go to a best of 5. That's like the dream scenario. Your heart says the lizards, but my mind says the Witch King of Angmar. Ooh. Beastmen do have beards. Pharaoh throws. Oh man. Yeah, Pharaoh had a pretty good series the other day versus Dob Plays. It went to game 5. It was really good. So for those of you guys that haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Yes. Oh, you can actually make polls here in chat? Best goatees around. Turin, can you play Wood Elves versus Lizardmen? I've been trying to get that matchup for a while, but it doesn't seem to... Yeah, it's been tough. The past few Lizardmen fights I've done, I've been playing Vampire Counts and with Helmut Gorst and all those guys, so... Go Fat Frog, leader of the Gungans. Oh man, Giselle, that's really good. I can't believe I never thought of that. Like using thumbnails for Slan as the Gungan guy from the Star Wars prequels. Man, that is really good. That is really, really good. So yeah, guys, for those of you guys joining the stream, I just saw that there was a bit of an influx of new folks here in chat. This is a best of 5 series between 2 YouTubers, Shadow Online Gaming and Loremaster of Sotek. It's going to be a good one. And it looks like Pharaoh of War has just linked the straw poll in chat, so make sure to go check it out and we can see who's going to win. Hey, Armando, how's it going? Welcome to chat, man. Armando's been giving me pro tips on how to paint my Death Guard 40k army. All right, so for the army competition, you guys already saw Loremasters, but let's go ahead and take a look at Shadow Online Gaming. So Shadow, being a true patriot of the people, does actually have the Skyhammer. So the Skyhammer has really good single target DPS actually in terms of like its missile attacks. But it's going to be kind of scary because again, you can see over here, Loremaster of Sotek has a whole front line of Ungor Raiders. He does also have some throwing axes, I think. Does he have one group of throwing axes? I could have sworn he had one somewhere, but the Raiders at the very least will be able to shut this down. So there's going to need to be some pretty impeccable Myco from Shadow Online Gaming to make this work. In the front line, he has a couple groups of Dwarf Warriors. He does also have some Slayers, some Ironbreakers in the back. The one thing I'm a little bit concerned about for his army is he doesn't have the most armor piercing. He does have a couple groups of miners with blasting charges, double runesmith with runes of wrath and ruin. Very expensive runesmith kit. So you can see he brought the armor, he brought all the runes. So these guys are going to be pretty expensive, hence it's probably going to thin out his army quite a bit. He does also have a lord right here, so he's going pretty powerful on the runesmith. So if he has like one runesmith right here and one over here, he's going to be getting a pretty massive cycle of buffs on all of his units. And honestly, like the blasting charges plus the the AP damage from the miners might be enough to take out the best scores with the assistance of some of the Dwarf Warriors and some of those other shenanigans. Top of that, he does have Slayers and the Dragonback Slayers here, the double Runesmith, and I think he has a group of Quarrelers. And he does have the Great Weapon, so if the best scores do get through, he's going to have those Great Weapons. But really, a lot of this game for Shadow Online Gaming is going to come down to how efficient he can really be with this Skyhammer, with the Gyro Bomber. This is a very risky pick. I would, like to articulate that I don't think it's very competitive, but, he might be able to make it work. Maybe he plays with it and, has had great success. Also, you can see that the Harpies over here are going to be able to chase it. That's a really, really bad sign for him. Most Beastmen players are going to bring one group of Harpies to kind of provide counterplay to Gyrocopters and things like that. So he's going to need to use these Quarrelers in the back, the one group he has in the Runes of Wrath and Ruin, to really protect that Skyhammer. That's going to be huge. So looks like both players are just about set up. The Harpies are going to be doing a deep Vanguard, so maybe he was expecting some Vanguard Rangers. So maybe that's why he's putting those guys back there. Over here, he does have two groups of Centaurs with throwing axes, so this is looking pretty scary for the Dawi in terms of just army compositions. I mean, his infantry corps might be okay, but the Raiders are going to be able to shut this down, and it looks like he is going to be moving over to this side of the battlefield. So, yeah, Skyhammer is a bold move, Cotton. Hey, how's it going, Giselle? The Gungan gif is going to be great. Yes, yes, you stay tuned, brother. Yeah, so that's it's going to be it, the Skyhammer. I mean, this is something you don't see terribly often. I mean, arguably, it will be pretty good against the Cygor, because if you look at its DPS on its missile attacks, it's huge. I mean, it's 800. Granted, it's kind of incremental. It's not like a big burst of 800 damage, but it's like a machine gun type effect. So we'll see. We'll see if Shadow can make it work. So it looks like Shadow's going to be taking an aggressive Dawi approach. You can see the Lord is going to be pushing in the front. He does have the Runesmiths on each side of his formation, which is very good for Runes of Wrath and Ruin, for Centaurs and other troops coming in. The Cygor getting a massive shot on these Ironbreakers. So again, as you guys know, Cygors are indeed the terror of Total War Warhammer 2 right now. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So it's getting that good armor-piercing damage on these best scores. Actually, that didn't look like it did too much, but it can fire while moving, which is nice. But it has to be in front of it. So the Dwarf Warriors are going to be engaging here against the best scores, which is never good. And he definitely wants to use these blasting charges before he goes in. The Runesmiths are getting in, so hopefully he can pop that support. He does get the blasting charge, but it looks like a little bit of friendly fire right there on those guys. But yeah, that's pretty good, kind of saturating that front line of the Beastmen. And he is sending the Slayers in the melee, but you can see they're getting focused heavily by those Ungor Raiders, which is not going to be good at all. And the Dwarf front line is definitely buckling pretty hard. The Dwarf Warriors in the front are kind of getting massacred. The Cygor is really just pounding these guys home. Very good play from the Loremaster of Sotek, just focusing down these Dragonback Slayers in the back line. But we'll see if the Runesmiths can kind of push forward. On this side of the battlefield, it looks like the Dwarves are winning pretty heavily. These Gore Herds are going to buckle, and from there, perhaps he can like push through and chase off all these different missile units. And he does have the Skyhammer. So the Skyhammer, if it drops like a bomb on this big blob, which it probably should have done instead of, you know, shooting these guys, he needs to start, you know, getting to work with that Skyhammer. And it looks like now he's going to. So guys, let's go ahead and get a cinematic shot here. See if we can get those bombs, and boom, those bombs on the Beastmen, very nice, hitting those best scores and those Gore Herds, doing huge damage actually. But now the Harpies are indeed engaged on the Skyhammer. So those Raiders in the back, where are those guys? The Rangers, the Quarrelers. They're going to need to support, because the Skyhammer is going to fall pretty hard to those guys. And, you know, that's a huge investment to be lost against a single group of Harpies. But over here, it's going pretty well for Shadow Online Gaming. He's able to push back those Gores, but you definitely don't want to overchase. I mean, he has Slayers. The Slayers want to be killing the Cygor. It looks like they are chasing the Cygor, which is good. So this is a very good catch by Shadow Online Gaming. So very well played to him. In the back, a little bit of trolling going on. You can see the Centaurs with throwing axes are going to be kiting out the Dragonback Slayers. And honestly, the Dragonback Slayers, I'd probably just send them into the main fight against the Great Weapons instead of chasing, because, you know, they're never going to catch him. He is able to kill the Razorgore Herds, though, so a very good catch as well from Shadow Online Gaming in the back line. But a very close fight so far, although it looks like the bounce power is starting to shift in the favor of, I think that's of the Beastmen. It looks like the Beastmen are pulling ahead. Getting that Skyhammer down is definitely going to be rough, but the Slayers here are taking out this Cygor, so this is going to be pretty much a free kill. Cygors are going to really buckle into melee against pretty much everything. They're actually very weak as far as like their melee stats go for a giant unit. But the Slayers are able to take that out, which is pretty nice. It looks like there is a contingent of Dawi in the back line who should be able to kind of chase down some of these archer units. But the front line for the Dawi and kind of the meat and potatoes is looking a little bit rough. But let's go ahead and see what the overarching kind of sense of the battle is. So in the back, Loremaster of Sotek does have a group of the Centaurs with the throwing axes. He does have a couple of groups of the Razorgore Herds who are rampaging, so that's going to be some, you know, pretty much free kills for these Slayers. It looks like they're going to turn around and fight. Slayers should put up a pretty good fight there. But, oh man, they got baconated right there for sure. A little bit of a Wendy's action going on. But yeah, the Slayers will kill those guys, probably bring them down to 1 or 2 models before they break off. Over here, it's pretty much the Runesmith versus the world. It looks like some of the other Dwarf Warriors are buckling, and I would definitely recommend for those of you guys that play this matchup, I think you need more AP in the front line, because the Dwarf Warriors just can't stand up to the best scores. Granted, they did very well versus the Gore Herd, so there is a little bit of give and take there. So this Runesmith here is just kind of fighting in the pocket. You can see he's going to be throwing some karate kicks and just kind of whipping these guys, and he will last for a long time. Dwarf elite units are very tough to kill. But the Slayers are actually in pretty good shape. If they can actually catch these Harpies and kill them, that's going to be really nice. The Cygor is shattered, and the bounce power is very heavily in the favor of one of the players here. It looks like the Dwarves have 277 to the 584 of the Beastmen. So the Beastmen do have a ton of mobility left, and let's see who their Lord is. So for their Lord, they have a Beast Lord, but a very powerful Dwarf pocket here. Dwarf Warriors, they got some Miners, a very nice Rune of Wrath and Ruin going down for the for Shadow Online Gaming. And it's going to be tough to crack these Dwarves for sure. I think he's going to need to get them on army losses if he really wants to kill them. But the problem is even if the Dwarves win this center pocket, the Raiders are still in pretty good health, and they're going to be able to swarm, just kind of pepper down these Slayers and, you know, relatively unshielded units here. Slayers do have shields. They have bronze shields due to their, like, spinning axes, but in reality, they don't actually have any, yeah, they have no armor, so they're just going to get massacred by this type of, like, arrow and missile fire, especially in the backs like that. So you can see the Slayers are being pulled to fight these best score herds, which is not a good situation at all. The best scores will definitely be able to clean them up. Looks like another group of Slayers is going to be chasing down these Harpies, which is indeed a good engagement. It looks like the Daw were able to actually kind of hammer the middle home, so they're going to be going after this Beast Lord, and this could actually be a really good kind of turning of the tide. If the Dwarf Lord and these other troops can surround this Beast Lord and perhaps take him down, that might be enough to turn the tide of the game. He definitely wants to get these Slayers, pull them back, like get them out of this missile fire, and have them muck up these, relatively quick Beastmen Lords, because 43 speed here, this guy has a 43 as well, and the Dwarves are all pretty slow with like 28, and the Dwarf Lord is also very slow. But the Ungors are going to run out of ammunition, so this game looks like it could honestly go either way. I mean, the bounce power is very heavy in like, the favor. I think that's in the favor of the Beastmen, but it's hard to tell. So the Dwarves are going to kind of have to kite and fight, but it looks like a lot of the Beastmen troops, like these Centaurs and, the Raiders in the back, still have good ammunition, but for the most part, they're starting to run a little bit dry. So the Slayers are in hot pursuit, and they do have their 40 movement speed, so they're going to be chasing down the Bray Shamans and other troops here, which is a very good choice from Shadow Online Gaming. Very, very well played there. And this is a very hard matchup for the Dwarves, in my opinion, but he's playing very, very well. So Shadow here is going to be advancing with his main line. He does pop the Rune of Oath and Steel, and he does also still, I think, have 2 Runes of Wrath and Ruin. Does he have 2 Runesmiths left, or just 1? It looks like I see 1 by his Lord, and he does have another one here. So having the 2 Runes of Wrath and Ruin is going to be really, really big. So the Dwarves are kind of, fighting in this last pocket. The Dwarf Lord's in pretty good health. The Beast Lord is actually lower. He has 1800 HP to the 2400 right here, which is yeah, it's pretty intense. So it looks like the Beastmen are going to be charging in with their throwing axes, who don't have the best AP, but again, that kind of collapsing damage is going to be very strong. And you can see the Dwarves are very heavily surrounded. They're just getting swarmed by all these different troops. The Dwarf Lord in the front line probably going to be going after the Beast Lord, I would imagine. That's one of his best hopes of perhaps pulling this game out. You can see the Miners and other troops aren't in the best shape, but the Centaurs with the great weapons are actually routed off. So there are 2 Runesmiths left. I mean, 800 HP on a Dwarf is still a lot. So, yeah, this is pretty hog wild, guys. The Dwarf Lord does have the Rune Negation. You can see a Flock of Doom going down from the Beastmen. Not really going to do a whole lot. Slayers are still fighting. There's only a couple of them left, but I don't know. I think it's going to be too much, because the Beastmen still have all these Raiders in the back line. The Raiders can probably just, even if all the Beastmen troops just scattered right now, I'm pretty sure the focus fire from the Raiders could take down these, these Dwarves at this point. But if Shadow Online Gaming can maybe kill the Beastmen Lord, like get all of his Runesmiths kind of and his Lord beating down this Lord, he might be able to pull out some sort of a miracle win. It's going to be relatively tough. There's a lot of AP here. The Baconators are here. He does have cycle charging with the throwing axes. I mean, there's a lot of tools going against him. And also this Bray Shaman is very healthy. And Bray Shamans have 310 weapon strength. So it's going to be tough regardless. So the Lord here looks like he's wavering due to army losses, and I think that's going to be it for Game 1. So very well played to Shadow Online Gaming and the Loremaster of Sotek. So in Game 1, it looks like Loremaster of Sotek was indeed able to take the game. So it looks like the Dwarves might be able to pull something out with the double Runesmiths, but I ultimately think one of the main reasons that the Dwarves lost that game was because of the Skyhammer. It did nothing, and it cost so much. Imagine if he had cut the Skyhammer and had like 5 more infantry units. It would have been a very, very different game. So let's go ahead and talk to our competitors, guys, and we'll see. We'll see what they think about, the shenanigans. All right, guys, another good game there. So
drop down the side guard.
So Sotek, what do you think, man? What was your keys to success?
I would say that I had a lot of really good numbers. The Razor Gores, I think I was able to just overwhelm through sheer numbers. I felt pretty good about. He had a lot of Slayers, but between the Razor Gores and the Centaurs, I was able just to basically run laps around the Slayers and get to the weaker parts of the build.
Yeah.
And the Cygor, for how fast he got taken out, he actually did a pretty surprising amount of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, Cygors you got some really good value shots on the Ironbreakers in the beginning. Like his Ironbreakers and Coilers were stacked like right on top of each other, so you were getting a lot of like good 2-for-1 value from that. So
yeah, the Harpies performed stupid well. They did. Obviously, they got the Skyhammer, which was just bad luck of the draw for the Dwarves there.
Indeed, indeed.
And I actually really like the Beast Lord on foot because he's a nice good buff magnet for if you're running a larger build. And plus, you can just run away from Dwarves.
It allows you to go wider for sure. But yeah, man, very well played. And Shadow, man, the Skyhammer was a pretty bold pick, man. Tell me about it.
Well, it worked before against the Beastman army, so I thought, wait for the line to hit, and I'll just bomb them, which I tried to do, but it didn't have the half the army were all ranged, so he just ran circles around me, which was a real shame. But I thought, I've just been told that apparently I got heavily debuffed since my last game, so that's probably why it didn't do as well as in the game I've used it previously. But yeah, definitely, Loremaster did better there. Just ran around me. My dwarf legs couldn't keep up.
Pumping those dwarven legs. All right, no worries.
It just wasn't up.
No worries. We'll get into game 2 here. Well played to both you guys, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Sounds great.
All right, take care, guys. All right, guys. So now you've heard from our 2 competitors, Loremaster of Sotek and Shadow Online Gaming. So there is game 1 in our best of 5 series. So it looks like Loremaster of Sotek was able to take that first game with the Beastmen, and we'll see who they whip out for game 2. So they're going to change the map right now. It looks like it's going to be, I don't think they were just on the Pillar of Bone, but let me make sure to tell them to change the map in case they forget. Make sure to change the map. Okay, good. So it looks like Loremaster of Sotek is going to be going with the Vampire Count, so I think he's going to be saving his Lizardmen for the final kind of trump card. Yeah, it's going to be good. His accent is glorious. I know, he does have a glorious accent. Yeah. Make sure to go check him out. Tackle more of that comment. Oh my goodness, that is so great. So I ride unicorns. It depends on how many games are won. I don't rig these, despite what people think. Oh my goodness. You're great and all, but I can't compete. Yeah, I can't compete with that accent. I can't wait to tell him what you guys are saying about his accent. When I go talk to him after this game, we'll tell him what people are saying. Yeah, Sotek is from the United States, and Shadow is from the UK, obviously. Yes. He's from the Southlands, apart from Lustria. Yeah, so they're going to be playing on the Central Chaos Wastes, and it looks like we're going to have a Chaos versus Vampire Count matchup. So for Shadow, as a Chaos aficionado, he is picking the right Lord. You definitely want to go with double Shaggoths. Just go deep in the Shaggoths. You want to get Kolek. Hey, Adam, thank you for the donation, man. The clear star that is yesterday wanted the truth. The clear star that is yesterday wanted the truth. What is the truth? What treachery is this? Thank you, Adam. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Sotek will probably be finishing off the Lizardmen. I don't think he would be the Loremaster of Sotek if he wasn't. And it's actually a pretty good strategy. Like, if you're able to win the first 2 games and then bring in your best faction, the Lizardmen, for the 3rd game, this is a little bit questionable from ShadowOnlineGaming. I think that you might want to bring... Maybe he can make it work, though. I'm not sure if he has some sort of a strategy where he's going to get, like, Marauders and then, you know, saturate with them with Chosen, or if he's expecting, like, a ton of zombies from Loremaster. The Marauders are actually a very good cheap option for just massacring the zombies very quickly. So maybe he's onto something. Who knows? Looks like a couple Dragon Ogres, which is a very good pick. Dragon Ogres and then the big Shaggoths are very good, because what Loremaster of Sotek's probably going to do is bring double Terrorgeist plus a Dragon. I think that's probably one of the more optimal picks for the Vampire Counts here. So he probably wants to have a bunch of anti-large troops, and I think having 1 Dragon Ogre Shaggoth might be good. Looks like Shadow is going to mix in an Exalted Hero, give him a little bit more meat and potatoes, and if he wants to hunt down like a Necromancer, like a Heinrich Kemmler or something, this guy's pretty good up to the task. As far as the rest of his infantry go, I would definitely recommend getting a bunch of halberds. Halberds are so good against the Vampire Counts. They're so good. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so yes, we got polls going on. All right, very cool. And we got the results here. Let me check it out. So thank you, Palooka, for handling the polling system while I'm doing this commentary. We'll go ahead and take a look here and see what's going on. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining on this fine Saturday afternoon. We're having a good old jolly time as always. And the poll's loading. It's taking a little bit of time, so I'm trying my best here. I hear what you're saying, Jasper. And Jasper, if we do have like 3 quick games today, I might just play a couple quick battles on ladder for you guys' entertainment. So, yes. Turin, you sure need your Tatoes. This is interesting. So bringing the Chaos Warriors with the shields, I think you would probably want to bring Halberds. But I mean, they are going to have a little bit better melee defense, so they will be durable. But I still think the Halberds are going to be one of the better picks here. That would be my 2 cents. Because the Halberds can beat Cryptors, they can beat pretty much everything the Vampire Count throws at them, including the Graveguard and things like that. So I think that might be the safer pick. But maybe, he has some sort of a strategy where he just wants his front line to hold with like the really heavy durability of those Chaos Warriors. But it looks like he's switching right now. There he goes. And now he's switching to Chosen with Halberds. That's good. Very, very solid stuff, guys. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good for his build right now. I definitely like the 4 Chosen. This is a good build. He's going to need to squeeze in a caster somehow. So honestly, my 2 cents would probably be to cut the Exalted Hero. And when you cut the Exalted Hero, you just get like a caster for that cost. And you just get your Shaggoths, and you pretty much have all of your bases covered. But this is a strong Chaos build for the most part. The Dragon Ogre Shaggoths are a bit of an alternative to the big kind of single entity ones, or the Dragon Ogres, excuse me. But we'll see which one, if he can make it work. I saw Janna on occasion make it work pretty well in a couple of replays, so perhaps he can do it to it. We'll find out. You can do some pretty fun stuff with Exalted Heroes because they do have that flaming, I forget what it's called, like the flame, something sword. It's like a sword that imbues fire damage. So then you can use Kindle Flame to make them hit like exponentially harder. I think it's like a 22% buff. It can be okay. It's a little bit gimmicky, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I think ShadowOnlineGaming should 100% bring Lord of Shadows. Get a beard for that Jesus look. Jorge, I've tried to grow a beard before, and it just looks horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Well, they're not listening to chat, hopefully. But I do like the Chosen pick. I mean, honestly, like, if this build just went in as is, he would be fine, even without magic. But I think Magic is very good against ethereal units. Lore of Shadows is good because you can get Melkoth, Mystifying Miasma, and everything, and the vampire count's ready to rumble. I really do think Shadow needs a caster. It's tough to say. You think Shadow's watching the stream? I think having a Shadow caster would be really nice, actually, because the Penumbral Pendulum can cut through a lot of the Vampire Count's troops, and then Melkoth, Mystifying Miasma, Enfeebling Foe, and the Terrorgeist and big powerful units is very good. And it looks like they're both ready, so Shadow's going to be kind of opting out of a caster, and I have seen people do this. It's not unheard of. So instead of spending that money on a caster, you just go even harder in your elite infantry. So I do four groups of Chosen, because you could get 3 Chosen and a spellcaster, and he's probably assuming he's going to get more value out of those Chosen with halberds, which is probably true for the most part. Yeah. Nothing that can catch the Claw of Nagash. That is relatively true. He does have the Dragon Ogres who can pressure it. Kolek can potentially do well. But, you know, the Chosen are going to be very tough to kill, for sure. We'll see, guys. It's time. Who let the dogs out? Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If he has the Shadowcaster, the conspiracy theories must flow. I think so. Yeah. No, but this type of a chaos build can work. But I really do think the Dragon Ogre Shaggoths are better than the regular Dragon Ogres because, I don't know, they have more mass, they push through a little bit easier, they can kind of help focus off the Terrorgeist better than the Dragon Ogres can. That's just my 2 cents, but I'm eager to see. I mean, that's one of the points about this series, guys, is even if, like, one player brings a strategy that doesn't work so well, at least you get to see why it doesn't work well, and you can avoid that in the future, etc., etc. So, you know, there's ups and downs to that for sure. Yeah, Kolek's Lightning is very good. If he does bring Cairn Race, it's going to be tough for sure. He doesn't have too much magic damage. He does have the Lightning Storm with Kolek, which can do some pretty good single target DPS damage, but it's tough. Yeah. All right, so it looks like they're both about ready. Shadow and the Vampire counts are all good to go. So we'll see who's going to take this game. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I personally think players should take magic. Like always, it's just too powerful. I mean, you're wasting so many different... like Enfeebling Foe, like Melkoth is pretty good against it. It's like a mini Fate of Buna on a group of Cairn Race, and then you get like there's a lot to be brought to the table. Hey Cream Wheat, thank you for sponsoring, man. I really appreciate it. They're waiting for me. Do it. No need to wait for me. I am always ready. Yeah, Chaos do have trouble with the Mortis engine for sure, but you know, to answer your question, Pip, my opinion, and I know like you probably have had the same issues and stuff, but with the Shaggoth, the big Shaggoth, you can kind of sit in the main pocket, and you can make quick darted attacks, especially if you have like a Spirit Leech, and you can like switch over to the Mortis engine real quick. You can usually get 1 or 2 good attacks in before your opponent can react oftentimes, and then you can pull back. It's really about like that quick switch onto the, you know, high value target. Yeah, that's very true, Pip, though. Like having a Shaggoth try and catch the Mortis engine, the Claw of Nagash is pretty much impossible. It's really, really tough. All right, guys, it's time. So here we are with our battle between Loremaster of Sotek and ShadowOnlineGaming. So currently, the Loremaster of Sotek is up 1-0 in the series. We had a pretty good first game. You know, Shadow tried to make the Skyhammer work. It's definitely a patriot to the people, but, you know, it's tough. So let's go ahead and look at Loremaster's army. Oh, look, Loremaster of Sotek. He's also doing a bit of a fan service, it looks like. So he does have the Devils of Schwarzhofen, which aren't good against Chaos. They are not good against Chaos. But, you know, he's trying to have a little bit of fun, it looks like. And he has Heinrich Kemmler, guys. Oh, my God, Heinrich Kemmler. Heinrich Kemmler up in here. Oh, man, he has Krell. He has Invocation from the Heck, Raised Dead, and all kinds of goodies. Zombies in the front line with a Mortis engine here. He does also have a Corpse Cart with Unholy Lodestone. So this is going to be one Terrorgeist. He might struggle here, because I don't know what can really kill the Chosen. I mean, the Mortis engine can drain them over the course of a long battle, and Krell is actually going to be really good at working on those Chosen, so this is something. This is definitely something. I don't really know what to say here, guys. And a big thanks to also Cream Wheat. Thank you for sponsoring. Thank you. I really appreciate it, man. And hopefully you guys enjoy this format. I think it's a nice break, because, you know, I do have carpal tunnel and wrist tendonitis, so I can't play every day. So on days where I can't play, this is like a great substitute to kind of entertain you guys for afternoon. Yeah. There's always memes and fun, and also you get to see personalities from the YouTube communities have showdowns. So we got Loremaster of Sotek over here, the Loremaster himself, who just did, I think he just did an Archeon video that was really good. And of course, ShadowOnlineGaming. He hosts a lot of tournaments, pretty good player himself, and just an awesome dude. So we'll see who's going to take the day here. Yes, Armando, let the Gimli flow through you. So we got Chosen at the front with the halberds, and these guys are monsters. I mean, they have 56 melee defense. That is so powerful. And these guys got 37 melee attack, which is nothing to sneeze at. That's like actually really good. That's better than most infantry. And they also have you know, really good AP values. Like they can honestly trade with Graveguard. They're just like a jack of all trades. So looks like Shadow's going to be advancing, trying to take the high ground. He's probably not going to get that from the vampire counts, although the vampire counts are inhibited by the zombies here, so they're probably going to take some time. Luke says, if you think saying revivification crystal is hard, have fun learning Polish. Also, time for some Krell, baby. Luke, thank you so much. Oh, I know a little Polish. Thank you for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. I can say some Polish. I don't know if Lady Turn's here. I think she has a bit of a headache, so she's taking a nap right now. But yeah, I'll show off my Polish skills. I'm going to be in Poland on the 19th, so you guys will see us in action. So it looks like he might be going in to just get a free slam on these zombies, which isn't a bad idea. I mean, this is free kill, so it looks like he's going to start crushing the zombies. You see Kolek running there as well. He's probably going to want to do a retreat because you don't want the Dragon Ogres to be fighting fodder. Although the zombies are in critical binding, and Dragon Ogres will do pretty well against Graveguard too, so it's like not a terrible situation. So he's just going to be ramshackling the front line. You can see Kolek is going to be hunting that corpse guard. Definitely don't want to get caught on these skeleton spears for too long. That's going to be a big mistake. So it looks like Shadow's going to be pulling back his Dragon Ogres. Oh no! And Heinrich overcasts and takes a ton of damage, and then Kolek's on him without any support. So Heinrich Kemmler's just getting bullied so hard. He's at half health. Oh man! And if Shadow is able to kill him real quick, this could be it. And it looks like he's going to be summoning a Lord of the Storm on top of him, I think. Yeah, let's look up in the skies. This is actually pretty good. It's going to fry all of the support units. So a very good play by ShadowOnlineGaming, and you can see Heinrich Kemmler is very low. So honestly, if I were him, I would probably, firstly, Loremaster of Sotek needs to get this Terrorgeist and focus down Kolek and just harass him and poison him. And Shadow needs to get Kolek, move up and around, or attack this Mortis Engine. Because once he starts getting clipped in the back by this Terrorgeist, it's going to start adding up, and it looks like Kolek's pushing through. Oh no, Heinrich is healed, but Kolek, the Mountain God, is going to be pushing through this Mortis Engine. Look at this. He just does not care for this thing. He's just clubbing it as he goes. But this is good. Kolek's doing some pretty good work, disrupting the back line. The Dragon Ogres are trying to push through as well, and it looks like they're trying to get like past these guys, and they are taking a bit of damage, but they can focus down this corpse guard. He definitely wants to get them either on the corpse guard or back here assisting Kolek. He keeps getting them trapped up here. He needs to select this unit and just be force pathing with everything, but it looks like he is going after the corpse guard, which isn't a bad idea. It's going to severely mitigate the effectiveness of all these low tier troops. But in the meantime, the Shaggoth is going to be attacking this Terrorgeist. The Chosen in the front line are doing very well. You can see Krell in the back is also fighting his fellow Chaos buddies, which is a little bit kind of treacherous, but it's Chaos, so it makes sense. But the Chosen should be able to deal with him relatively shortly. You can see the Vampire Count's front line is crumbling and getting beaten down, so Kolek's in good shape, but honestly, like, I would probably describe Kolek and have him stand on top of the Chosen over here. Looks like the Chosen on the high ground are going to be fighting the Devils of Schwarzhofen. They're also going to be fighting some Graveguard and Skeletons. Honestly, they'll probably win this battle versus, like, all of these units. Like, all these Vampire Count units are going to lose to this one group of Chosen. The bounce power is very heavily switched right now. Did he actually kill Heinrich? It looks like Heinrich's in the front. He's pretty low. Kolek is just doing work. The Mountain God is just going ham back here, just beating down the Terrorgeist. You can see the Devils are coming in to help out, but this Terrorgeist is just getting manhandled by Kolek. And the Mortis Engine in the front, very well played by Loremaster of Sotek as well. He's just kind of draining these Chosen, but the Chosen have just eradicated like all these troops, and he's going to be doing a big collapse here with the Chosen. I like the idea of having a big kind of a Chaos Death Ball with all of these elite Chosen, and Kolek is just pushing that thing around. Yeah, he's having a good time, and he's in good health too, despite the Terrorgeist. And the Dragon Ogres, again, are one of the picks I think is a little bit dicey. I think they're pretty much broken off the battlefield, so that's a little bit tough for ShadowOnlineGaming here. I really think the Dragon Ogre Shaggoths are a better pick, but you can see Heinrich Kemmler. Oh no, Heinrich's going to get smashed by Kolek. Oh, he's getting clubbed. And then the Dragon Ogres are going to be rushing in and just laying a huge smackdown on him, and you can see he's going to try and summon something before he dies, but honestly, I think he's done for. I mean, he's getting whooped on right here. So Heinrich Kemmler is crumbling. He has 53 HP, and down he goes. So Kolek's in pretty good shape. The Chosen are also healthy. I mean, they're all at about 40, 50, 60%, give or take. Kolek's going to pull back through the ranks, which is a good play from ShadowOnlineGaming. So whenever your Lord is surrounded in enemy formations, it's always a good idea to pull back and through your own infantry, and then you're going to get that support while you run in, and then Kolek's going to re-engage and start clubbing on some of these Graveguard. So without Heinrich Kemmler, I don't know what the Vampire Counts are going to be able to do. That Mortis Engine is still in pretty good shape. The Cairn Race are also very healthy, but it looks like the Chosen actually up here are getting terrified by this Terrorgeist, but the Terrorgeist is very low as well. And I think the inclusion of the Grey Weapons is working out pretty well. Yeah. The Dragon Ogres routed off. Yeah, they did. Dragon Ogres aren't very tanky. That's the thing about them. They only have 40 armor, whereas a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth is going to have massive armor. A very nice breath attack going down from Loremaster of Sotek before he is, loses this guy to crumbling. But I think, I think if Shadow did have, like, magic, imagine if there was, like, a pendulum going in right here. The game would be over. Shadow would just win. If you had a pendulum right here, that would just be it. Kolek's in okay shape. He definitely wants to turn around and just finish off this Terrorgeist right now, and it looks like he's going to. So Kolek's going to go full Mountain God right now and start whipping this guy down. So here he goes, up and over, and boom, he smashes that guy, putting him down to 210, and down he goes. So Kolek just an MVP this game. ShadowOnlineGaming definitely doing some heavy lifting, but the Vampire Counts still have a ton of stuff. The Chosen are somewhat buckling. You definitely want to grab these Dragon Ogres and get them on the Mortis Engine. And Kolek should probably be hunting the Mortis Engine as well. Just go after it. None of these other troops really matter. The Chosen can handle everything else. But the Mortis Engine is just a terror in the night, guys. And I don't know. It's hard to tell. That bounce power is so heavily in the favor. I I think it's in favor of Sotek, but it looks like Lord of the Storm going down. He definitely should have probably done it down here on these can rates. I think that would have been a little bit of a better target, but he gets a good one regardless on Skeleton Spears and cleans up some of these fodder units. Kolek's in okay shape. It looks like there's only one dragon over there, and there's also pretty much a full health of the Devils of Schwarzhofen. So the Devils are going to be hunting down those dragon ogres in the back, and yeah, that's going to be it. The Chosen are all buckling. I think that's going to be game. So not having magic, I think, was a really big crutch. I think having shadow magic, I'm surprised. Shadow magic for Shadow Online Gaming would have been pretty good. But the Mortis engine, you know, was really solid. I mean, he didn't have an answer to that. Like, you know, Pip was saying in chat, you know, Pippington and a few of the other folks, that he didn't have the resources to take out the Mortis engine. He did a very good job taking out Heinrich and the Terrorgeist and those other high-value targets, but the Dragon Ogres were really kind of a miss, I think. I think that just bringing in a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth plus a caster would have been a much better game, and he probably would have been able to take it. That's just my 2 cents. So the Devils actually ended up being a good pick because Dragon Ogres only have 40 armor, and the Devils hit really hard, so they were able to actually help clean those guys up, which was, yeah, it wasn't bad at all. All right, so let's go ahead and talk to our competitors, guys. We'll jump over there and see what's going on. All right, well played to. All right, guys, well played to both of you guys. So, so Sotek, man, how do you feel about that game? I saw Krell and Heinrich in there. It was a bold move, man.
I felt pretty good about it. My list was a bit all over the place, but I figured I would have something to deal with everything. I went for a super support heavy build with the Chaos Tomb Blade for Kimmler, plus the Corpse Cart, plus the Mortis engine. Yeah. My hope was that he would get too focused on Kimmler and like the Terrorgeist, which kind of is what happened. Yeah. And so the rest, because my Cairn race are basically at full health still, as are the Devils of Schwarzhofen, so they were able to just lay a beating on people. Yeah, absolutely, man. I think that Krell was actually kind of decent too. He was putting in some work on those Chosen, and yeah, I didn't even get to see how he did because I just summoned him on top of the Chosen, and then just didn't worry about him for the rest of the game. It was a bold move, man, for sure. And I actually thought you were going to be in a little bit of trouble when Krell went down. I thought he might be able to pull it back with Kolek, but yeah. Yeah, well, it was funny. I was trying to. Kolek was just beating the shit out of Kimmler. Like, he'd whack me for like a quarter of my health. Yeah. But thankfully, I had so many heals coming in. Like the Corpse Cart got down to like a fourth of its health or a quarter of its health or something, and it healed all the way back to full pretty much. Yeah. So I think I managed to do. I think the problem I saw was that the only thing that was capable of actually forcing its way through my army to chase stuff was Kolek, and he just couldn't be everywhere he needed to be at once. Sure. No, a very good assessment, man, and very well played to you. And Shadow, man, so there's a bit of the rage in chat. Everybody's loving your accent, man.
Oh, thank you, guys. Though I'm deeply ashamed. 2 losses in a row. This is not good.
No worries, man. No worries. You're giving it your all, man, and going hard in the paint. I think one of the big issues were, I mean, you definitely, you know, Kolek was a great pick. I really like the Chosen as well, but not having magic, I think, ended up being a little bit tough with those hex race and units like that. Everyone was expecting shadow magic from you, man.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think of Carl Raves, and then I thought the Corpse Cart I got rid of. Yeah. So I went, right, guys, focus on this, and then as he said it, then healed up, and the Mortis engine, it makes a weird noise. It scares me, so I kept away from it. Seriously, that sound effect is awful.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
The bane of Shadow.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, watching a replay, though, Torrent videos, if there's one on there, I can't listen to that sound.
You just have to leave the video.
Oh, yeah, man. No, just skip forward a little bit. But yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I'll try and do better this time.
No worries, no worries, man. You go hard in the paint, give it all you got, and guys, we're gonna jump over to game 3, so we'll see you out there.
Sounds good.
All right. Cool, guys. So you've heard from our competitors. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying yourselves over there. Make sure to please go check out Shadow Online Gaming's channel. He's a really awesome guy, and he does great commentary and hosts tournaments and everything, and is definitely very active in the multiplayer community. So make sure to go check him out. So time for the comeback. Yeah, the people are rooting for you, man. All right, so let me go ahead and update the scoreboard here, and we will do it to it. So I'm wondering what we're going to see for game 3. I expect the Lizardmen from Sotek. That's probably what we're going to end up with. And it looks like Loremaster of Sotek is actually going to be playing Bretonnia. So this is something we haven't seen in a while. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Bretonnia versus and Shadow Online Gaming can't play Chaos again, so he's going to need to switch to someone else. So we're going to see who he picks. I mean, there's a lot of good picks against Bretonnia. Bretonnia is probably one of the weaker factions right now, but they do have some okay matchups. Like if it's against the Empire, you know, they're even decent against Wood Elves. But in general, they are one of the weaker factions. King Louis on his mount would lose to Kolek 100%. Yeah. Yes. Talk Polish? You want me to speak some Polish? Okay. I mean, dobra, what is it? Dobra noc is like good night. I know jak się masz? That's how are you? Dzień dobry. See, I'm not bad, right? Dzień dobry. Jak się masz? Dobranoc. Dobranoc. And of course, I know the bad words too, but I don't know if YouTube would demonetize me for saying bad words in Polish. No, I mean, you know, Thursday night, to answer your question, Loremaster of Sotek actually really enjoys playing Bretonnia, so I think that there is some reason to the, you know, rhyme to the madness, because, you know, everyone has factions they're good at, and he's pretty confident with Bretonnia from what I've heard, so. Yeah, these are both factions that are struggling right now, so it's gonna be an even battle for sure. Yeah. He's playing Bretonnia so the tournament can continue. Oh, is that the new conspiracy? So guys, you need to come up with a name for this conspiracy theory, so whatever you guys can come up with here is going to be warranted. Hey, Hydro Franz. Glad you catch the stream a little bit late. I was watching Glory Kickboxing. Oh man, I love that stuff. Hydro Franz, it's so good. Remember the curse turn? Yeah, I know. Loremaster could end up losing the next 3 games. The curse of the stream, it's pretty prevalent. So it looks like Shadow's going to be going very heavy in the Flagellant. He's going with a bit of a mini Crusade build. So he's probably expecting some cav and other shenanigans from Loremaster of Sotek here. Definitely wants to get nets and guns. So hopefully, you know, he ends up bringing magic this game. I think that's going to be pretty big. Yes. Let the Polish hate flow through you. Sound like the bad guy in some bad movie. Voice should be fine. Yeah, I don't know. Everything. Let me go ahead and check the stream quality to make sure. Shadowgate, Brettgate. Brettgate's pretty good. I think that's. Yeah, the quality looks good to me. No problem so far. I will call the conspiracy fun for more content. Hey, Cream of Weight. Sorry I missed your question earlier. You were asking about my schedule. So it's a little bit all over the place. I tend to do my own streams twice a week where I actually like play multiplayer battles. And then another 3 times a week I'm going to be doing, I honestly will every day. I'm not streaming try. So to do this, usually there'll be one day where I'm not streaming. Yeah. It's all over the place, but my best advice for you, if you want to know about my streams, is to follow me on Twitter and make sure you receive notifications on your phone, and then you'll know when a stream's going on. Yeah, it'll send you an update like, oh, your boy's streaming. So I like this build so far from Shadow. I definitely think that he should bring some sort of a caster of some sort. It looks like he does have halberds. Demogryph Knights do pretty well. The Royal Outdoor Griff Knights Flagellants can honestly do pretty well, but I think bringing 1 or 2 groups of greatswords would be good. Granted, you do have armor piercing. Oh, and of course he's bringing the Shadowcaster, a true hero. My internet speed is about 250 download and 30 upload, give or take, yes. Brexit, what? The love of my life is here. Lady Turin approaches. And they were just demanding I speak Polish, too. Okay, we'll give it... So, I'll say the extent of my Polish again, just for her. The deception of Turin. No, Anna. They were actually asking me to speak Polish. They were saying that if I can't say Revivification Crystal, I can't speak Polish. Yeah. So, it's going to be a good time. Yes. Throwing shade. Shadow going to throw some pit of shade. Dude, I love all the Shadow memes. Yeah, this is great. Make sure you guys go follow his channel. He's a really nice guy. Awesome guy. Please go check him out. No Sons of Sigmar. You know, he's going with the Flagellants. I think getting like Sons of Sigmar plus, you know, the Tattersouls in there might be pretty good. But you can see he's kind of going a little bit cheap with his infantry because he's going heavy in the Demogryph Knights. And also what he lacks in the front line, Volkmar the Grim atop his Pimp Chariot can make up for that. He can come in the front line, use Banishment, Grand Hammer of Sigmar, and really augment the stats of those guys. And honestly, Sotek's probably going to bring Battle Pilgrim, so it's just going to be a bloody trade in the front. No, we don't want only mounted yeomen. Sotek's probably going to bring Battle Pilgrims and 1 or 2 Foot Squires. That's pretty typical for the front line in this matchup, in my opinion. Men-at-Arms honestly can do okay as well. Yes. I feel like halberds are only good when ranked 9. Well, though, if Loremaster decides to go more thematic, I haven't seen him play Bretonnia, but I've heard he likes playing it. If he goes very heavy with Cav, like, the halberds are definitely going to pay their dues, for sure. Turns. Oh, man. For the lady, parentheses turn. Yes, she's here. She's in chat. She's partying, doing it to it. I'm gonna be out there on the 19th, guys. I can't freaking wait. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna party. We're gonna eat pierogi. We're gonna go to Old Town maybe for New Year's and have a great time and drink honeyed mead and all the goodies. It's gonna be great. Will this be another... so this is a best of 5 series for those of you guys that are just joining between Shadow Online Gaming and Loremaster of Sotek. And yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of fun. We lost the Hussars to Vodka. Oh, man. Oh, no, he's bringing Pistoliers. Why? Don't do that. Please. No. Oh my goodness, pistolers, what are they good against here? I mean, arguably they could do pretty well against lightly armored infantry, but oh man, that is a bold strategy, Cotton. Just bring Outriders. They're going to be better versus the elite troops, but man, Shadow is he's an avant-garde player, guys. He's going with the wild builds for sure. Honey meat is so good. And it's funny because, like, I don't even like drinking, but when I'm with Anna, I actually do enjoy it. Like, it's just that kind of, like, you know, soul twin, life partner kind of thing that makes you enjoy things you don't normally enjoy. Like, I don't like traveling, but when it's with Anna, I'm super hyped on it. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. Like, normally I hate traveling. Oh no, what? Don't bring grenade launcher, Shadow. Don't do it. Please, man, please. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This guy's, he's a wild man. I don't know, maybe he's going to make things work. Yeah, the memes have been working on the stream. What are your bets? Yeah, I really wish we could gamble on these games. Shadow is a man of the people. Yeah, he puts out a lot of content too. He does a couple of videos a day. I think he does one or two, so. Memes are a plea, please nerf. I don't know how the pistolers are going to do here, guys. It's going to be hard to tell. Stream snipe yourself, Shadow. Oh man, he's got pistoliers. He does have the silver bullets, which I think is a really good inclusion. So he's definitely fine-tuning his army a little bit. I've never seen the grenade launchers be good, so I'm pretty excited to see how Shadow makes them work. So Loremaster of Sotek's all set, and it looks like Shadow's just going to be fine-tuning his army. If he makes the grenade launchers work, he's going to be a legend, a madman, a rebel with no concern for his own life. That is a very accurate assessment. Adam V, I'm just a bit of a homebody when you're asking why I don't like traveling. I like to be in my lair. I like to just be cozy. I'm kind of like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. It's pretty much replaced wine for you. Oh, good. Yeah, the honeyed meat is very, very good. Hey, Hydro, glad you got over there. Right on, man. Right on. Enjoy his channel. I mean, Shadow is good. He's a mad scientist, guys. He's a mad scientist. He's got all kinds of crazy builds going on. And it's pretty nice because we're getting pretty much two of the weakest factions in the game fighting, so it should be a pretty even fight in terms of the factions. You know, it's not like the Lizardmen are going to be stomping on Bretonnia or anything. Yeah, the grenades are good against peasant spam. Well, we'll see. We will see. I've never seen grenade launchers be effective in any of my replays, so I'm pretty excited to see how he does with these. But yeah, looks like both of our competitors are probably ready. And guys, this could potentially... oh, he says he's ready. So this is going to be game 3 potentially. So if Loremaster of Sotek takes this game, that's going to be it. Game over, guys. That's going to be all she wrote. Shadow is making the meta. Yeah, you guys take note. This is going to be... yeah, my game settings are maxed out. But again, whenever you stream something, it always kind of lowers the quality when you upload it to the internet. So it's not going to be as good of quality as like the source of the game when you do live streams, typically speaking, unless you just have insane internet and like, you know, a bunch of other stuff going on. So... Yes, Misha, that is a good assessment. Can you recommend some series? So, are you asking about replays or other best of 5s we've had? Those pistoliers are ranked up. He's ready to party. And Armando, thank you so much for running the straw polls in chat so we can see what everyone thinks about, you know, who's going to take the games. Yeah. Lady Turin is the dragon. Oh, my goodness. Shadow Online Gaming is going to be the first human being to ever win with Grenade Horsemen. The first human. Oh my goodness. Good. I mean, there is some metagame in this build, but for the most part, it's a very unorthodox matchup. I mean, bringing pistoliers and grenade launchers is pretty insane. But it looks like there's going to be some Pegasus Knights from Loremaster of Sotek. So thankfully, Shadow Online Gaming did not bring an Air Force, which is a very good call. And honestly, he does have 2 groups of Demogryph Knights, and those guys are going to be able to monster mash those guys. Like, Demogryph Knights punish Pegasus Knights. Looks like we're also going to get a Field Trebuchet from Loremaster of Sotek. Probably going to put some decent fire on those halberds. In the front line, he does have a combination of men-at-arms with spears. So, yeah, interesting. No foot squires. So the Flagellants, for once, are actually going to probably win a frontline engagement without like being completely massacred. He does also have King Lou and Leon Kerr atop his mighty steed with the Lion's Shield, as well as the Sword of Crone. He does have a Grail Reliquae, another Field Trebuchet, so 2 Field Trebuchets, which is definitely something you don't see terribly often, but... You know, again, even if it's not the most competitive builds, guys, you're still getting a chance to see units in action that you normally don't get to see. And yeah, you can see if they're actually effective, and maybe we'll learn something new today. We'll see. Oh, TV series. Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones is great. I do enjoy The Walking Dead, even though it's gotten progressively more haggard as the years have gone on. I mean, man, I love a lot of weird shows, for sure. What have I been watching lately? The Punisher, I love the Punisher for sure. Yes, Punisher is quite a bit of fun. Black Sails, I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it. So it looks like Shadow's going to be kind of setting up over here in the forest, hiding his Demogryph Knights in the trees. Not sure. Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's probably going to pull them out. He needs to protect these silver bullets. The silver bullets will provide some really good, like, withering fire on top of these, you know, Pegasus Knights. Look at Shadow, man. Just so sneaky. Over here in the back, just hiding these pistoliers and these grenade launchers over here, which is just pure madness. Thank you, John Moon. I appreciate the kind words, man. Much appreciated. And yeah, that's gonna be it. We'll see if Shadow can pull this game out. It's gonna be a tough one. Although the Bretonnian army does have some weaknesses, I think that the what does he have in the front line? Battle Pilgrims. Oh, he does have Foot Squires. So the Foot Squires will beat the Battle Pilgrims pretty handily. But with Volkmar the Grim on his Pimp Chariot kind of riding over them, it could potentially change the course of the battle. And yeah, I just noticed there's 2 Foot Squires in the build, so my apologies. All right, so the Pegasus Knights and other troops are going to be kind of perusing for a target, but it looks like I would probably honestly just take the demis out of the forest right now. I mean, the trebuchets aren't really going to be able to hit them anyways, because you need to be able to intercept these Pegasus Knights, but it looks like he's going to go back here and, oh no, Shadow. Oh no, the Pistoliers and the Goon Squad have been spotted by the Pegasus Knights. So Loremaster of Sotek reacting very quickly. I mean, as soon as they came out, he turned around and started chasing, which is very bad. The Demogryph Knights are going to be coming in maybe to clean up these artillery pieces here, but the Pistoliers, I mean, Shadow is going to need to be very aggressive with his micro and just be pathing away and just running as much as he can. He can't afford to stop. Oh, this is so not good for him. Oh, yeah, okay, so he fans him out, which is a good choice. The Pistoliers are going to be sacrificed to Sotek, and it looks like the Outriders with grenade launchers, they might be able to get away, but, you know, on that same note, he's going to need to capitalize really quickly. Like, he's going to need to get these Demogryph Knights. They're in the forest a little bit too long. He should probably pull them out and have them, you know, come and kill these artillery right now while the Pistoliers are getting massacred. But the Pegasus Knights just put those guys in a royal trash can. And it looks like Shadow's trying to micro those Outriders with the grenade launchers away from Lewin, but losing those Pistoliers that early is very, very rough for sure. Grenade Pony is still my favorite little... Hey, Jeroma, thank you for the donation, man. And oh no, are they going to get terrified off the battlefield? That's going to be so bad if they do. Oh man, that's going to be backbreaking. But Volkmar the Grim in the meantime is winning that frontline engagement. You can see the Demogryph Knights coming around the back, getting caught up on some spears, which is rough. The other ones are going to get into the archers. So while he's over chasing back here, this is Shadow's opportunity to, you know, perhaps pull this game out. If he can kill all these archers and just feast in the back line, that's going to be really big. Volkmar the Grim, the Flagellants are doing well, but you can see over here in the back, Knights of the Realm have gotten into his guns, which is going to be very, very, you know, a very tough situation. So I think the flanking maneuver with the Demogryph Knights was a little bit sloppy. But Volkmar the Grim is going to win that frontline engagement. You can see the halberds and everyone. It's going to be like a big Death Star. Looks like these Demogryph Knights, the Royal Altdorf Gryphites, are able to chase these guys down, and the Outriders with grenade launchers actually getting in there in melee and shooting these peasants with grenade launchers. And yeah, I mean, they shut down the artillery for the most part. Are they doing point blank grenade launchers? You can see King Lewin's kind of like lost interest, but the Demogryph Knight blob is pretty scary back here. They're going to be fighting the Knights of the Realm. The Royal Altdorf Gryphites are definitely going to be strong. Shadow needs to get some magic back here, like an enfeebling foe. That Sword of Corone is going to be very strong, and a good banishment going down, kind of clipping these guys in the back, but the silver bolts in the back line are definitely pretty much offline. But Volkmar and his Flagellant buddies are definitely doing well. The Shadow Magic over here from the Grey Wizard are also kind of holding the line. But the Demogryph Knights are doing good damage against these Knights of the Realm, and King Louis is also taking some work, and you can see Shadow is going to be using these grenade launchers as like a melee charge unit. And Anna with the Dov fade. Yeah, he's not in this series, I don't think. Unless Dov, maybe Dov is like the racketeer who like rigs all these matches, who knows. But the Spearmen in the back are getting, looks like there's some sort of foul shadow magic going on. You can see the Demogryph Knights. They do have a decent surround on Lewin, but the Royal Altdorf Gryphites definitely got put in a trash can. So hopefully for, you know, the sake of Shadow, those guys will rally. You can see there's a pretty big blob here, and Volkmar is in good shape. He does have some Flagellants who are all unbreakable. I mean, all of these troops are unbreakable. There are some halberds throughout the map that are doing pretty well. But the bounce power is in the favor of Bretonnia as, you know, as it stands right now. And the grenade launchers are just going ham and just riding down all these troops in the back. It's so funny seeing those guys used as like a skirmisher cav. Looks like they're just firing random grenades and just punching peasants as they go. So here comes another charge on the peasants. They're going to be shooting the grenades as they go. Look at that. That's so absurd. That's like worth this whole series, watching this whole series, you know. Oh, man. All right, so these guys are getting rode down. The peasant bowmen are just getting taken out. So, I mean, very well played there. I don't know how Volkmar is going to be able to kind of take this. These halberds need to collapse on Lewin right now. That's going to be very good. So Shadow does get that collapse. That's going to be a lot of anti-large armor-piercing damage on King Louis, so that could add up pretty quick. He does also have his Grey Wizard back here, who's in pretty good shape. I think he's just cleaning up some of these Spearmen at Arms in the back. But I don't know. I think losing those guys early on was a little bit rough. The Demogryph Knights were relatively ineffective. I mean, the real MVPs are the grenade launchers. Those guys have just been doing, you know, heavy lifting this whole time. And there's still a full health group of Pegasus Knights. King Lewin has taken a bit of work. There are a lot of halberds and other troops nearby, but I think that might be the series, guys. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I don't know if Volkmar is strong in his own right, but he's not gonna be able to beat King Lewin in melee. He is unbreakable though, so there could be some sort of shenanigans going on. And what do we have fighting over here? So the damsel is actually fighting evil Gandalf. So who has better stats. So the damsel is a tiny bit weaker, it looks like. She does have better melee attack than Evil Gandalf, though. It looks like some of those peasants are getting karate kicked. So we'll see who's able to win the duel of duels. Over here, you can see that Loremaster of Sotek with his King Lewin is going to be fighting against Volkmar, but Volkmar is standing firm. He does have the support of these halberds with their anti-large that could potentially drag King Lewin down. He does pop his the Lion's Shield, which is going to give magic resist, so if there were some sort of shadow magic going down, it would protect some of the damage, but otherwise it's not going to be much. And the Knights of the Realm are definitely just riding around these shirtless flagellants and just laying a beating down on them. Flagellants do not do well against cav charges. So up on the high ground, we do have Volkmar the Grim with his Grand Shield of Faith, who's kind of holding strong with his Halberdiers, who now have that buff as well. But honestly, I think it's too little too late. The Pegasus Knights are full health. They're going to come in. I think Shadow probably should have used his Demogryph Knights relatively defensively. Protect the Silver Bullets. Sit in the back line. Counter the charges from King Lewin. Don't be... The aggression was okay. He was able to kind of do some work in the back line, but, that Vanguard with the Pistoliers, like, he probably should have used them as, like, a backline tool. Like, that was really rough, losing that much out of the gates. But it looks like Shadow's able to kind of take out, King Lewin for the most part. He does use the Withering. You can see Volkmar the Grim is able to buckle the Bretonnian infantry line, but really, he doesn't have the stopping power, I don't think, to deal with the Pegasus Knights. I mean, he has the Evil Gandalf. I don't think he has any other halberds other than that one group here. It looks like there's a group of halberds fighting over here, so this is pretty good. If these halberds are able to kind of stand on top of not Bretonnia over here, of Volkmar the Grim, they might be able to do okay. It looks like there are going to be some Demogryph Knights coming back in, so they get a pretty nice little charge on these Knights of the Realm, and they're going to have that anti-large AP, enough to kind of cut these guys down. And now they're going to start getting buffed by Volkmar, but the Pegasus Knights coming in with a great counter charge. Looks like the Pegasus Knights didn't get the best charge. It was a little bit clunky looking, but Volkmar still holding strong. Balance of power very heavily in the favor of Bretonnia. King Lewin is low, however. I don't know if there's anything really heavy duty coming back for the Empire. You can see that these halberds are going to be forced to the main line, which is a very good choice. Volkmar is trying to get around on his pimp wagon, but it's looking pretty grim. I mean, most of his support is gone. The peasant arrows are kind of shooting in there and just laying waste to the last of those what are those guys called? I don't even know. Those flagellants. His brain is fried right now. King Lewin's putting up a pretty good fight as well. He does, have good health. He's gotten 25 kills, but he is a good counter to Volkmar. But again, I think the Demogryph Knight should have been used defensively. He needed to allocate some spears to protect those guys as well. Like having spears to protect the silver bolts in the back line would have been very, very good for sure. Not having those guys there was a little bit tricky. So yeah. I think that's going to be it. So that's going to be it for our series, guys. Well played to our competitors. Loremaster of Sotek has taken a clean sweep. So further discrediting all the conspiracy theories, I think. And since it's a little bit short, guys, I'll probably play like 1 or 2 quick battles for you guys since I have you all here. So we'll stay tuned. We'll play a couple quick battles too. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk to our competitors and see what's going on. All right, so let me jump over here. All right, guys. Well played to both of you guys. So Sotek, man, tell me about it. How'd the game go?
Pretty well. My peasant line, the peasant line meeting the flagellant line was weird. Some parts of it turned out good, some parts not so good. But the Knights of the Realm did super good, and so did the Pegasus Knights.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any air power to compete with me, and I think honestly the defining moment of the game is when the Demigryphs got bunched up, and then they got countercharged by Knights of the Realm, Pegasus Knights, and Leonker.
Yeah, yeah.
And that lance formation, which I don't think enough people use, but the lance formation can give you such a stupid bonus to your charge damage that if you can hit somebody in the back and you've got it turned on, it'll just wreck their face.
Yeah, you definitely.
I did lose the wizard duel though, so I am sad about that.
Yeah, I think Evil Gandalf was able to beat down the damsel, so that was kind of the.
She did.
The big,
I failed on that front.
Big cataclysmic moment in the game, but yeah, man, well played to you. Definitely like seeing some of the unorthodox units, like the trebuchets and all kinds of madness going on. So well played, man. And Shadow, tell me about it. What went wrong for you?
Well, I think where it all went wrong was when he started playing. That's when it all turned around for me. But yeah, I mean, I was hoping the front line would be able to hold and smash through the peasants, and then like the demigifs, I could try and sneak in through the woods. But he just hard countered. I mean, he straight away saw the pistoliers now at the back. Yeah. So they got scattered. But I took a Lord of Shadow, which everyone wanted, and he done alright. Debuffing everyone and things like that. But I think it's more also micro as well. My micro wasn't as good as his, so I had some units stood around and I needed to get him in there. So yeah, just amateur mistakes really. So hopefully, try and get the next two. Hey,
no worries, man. It was definitely a good game. People got to see some unorthodox builds. We got to see some grenade launchers. They were actually kind of used as like a skirmisher cav for sure. So it was pretty wild for sure. But yeah, thanks again for playing, guys.
Changing them into archers and that.
And Shadow, before we end this stream, do you have any last words you'd like to say to the people? Tell them about your channel.
About my channel? Well, it's mainly a YouTubing channel for fun of games. As you can see, my armies aren't competitive as such, but I do a lot of series. I try and get a lot of other YouTubers included and such, and like a series of Shadow against the YouTubers, where I invite YouTubers to take me on in best out of threes, and I do a few campaigns, and I mix around with other games as well. So really good fun, really good. If you guys want to join me on that.
Got it. Perfect, man. Thanks for sharing. And Loremaster, you wanna any last words of inspiration to the people?
Of inspiration.
Yes.
eat your veggies. Go to school.
All right.
Do your things.
Cool. Well, all right. Eat your veggies and go to school. Those are the closing words for the stream. And big thanks again, Shadow Online Gaming and Loremaster of Sotek for joining today. And guys, if you want a rematch anytime, let me know. We're going to be doing these a couple times a week. So yeah, just always hit me up.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, guys. Take care. All right, guys. So you heard from our competitors. Big thanks to Shadow Online Gaming as well as Loremaster of Sotek for joining us today. Make sure to go check out their channels. They're really awesome dudes. And yeah, they do it to it. So we're going to play a couple quick battles just to kind of cap everything off. It was a little bit of a quick stream, so I'll probably play like 1 or 2 games and we can go from there. So if you guys want to stream tonight, now's your chance. I know a lot of you guys were looking to do it to it, so we're going. Oh, man. I got to stretch out a little bit. Yes, good. Inspire us and say something funny. Yes. Yeah, and if some of you mods in chat could actually link to their channels right now, that would be excellent. All right, so we're fighting, looks like we're going to be fighting the Beastmen. So let's go ahead and, who do we want to play? Dark Elves. All right, interesting. All right, Dark Elves. So who do we want to play versus Dark Elves? We could play the Beastmen. We could do the Skaven. This is one of the matchups in which I really struggle in. Like, I haven't... Do we want to play Vampire Counts? We could just do Warriors. Let's just do Chaos. Yeah, we'll do Chaos. Okay, so I actually am going to go with Kolek, even though it doesn't seem like on paper it might... Now, let's go with Sigvald. Sigvald's a bit of a safer pick, because having your Lord die is a really big deal. But we're still going to get a Shaggoth. So let's go ahead and grab a Shaggoth here, and then in the front line, yeah, we'll do Greenskins next. Greenskins will be pretty fun, actually. We're going to get a couple Chaos Warriors. We're going to get one group of these guys, some Chaos Knights with Lances, 2 groups of Poison Hounds, and we definitely want a Caster. I think a Death Caster is really good here. Spirit Leech is clutch, for sure. I mean, Shadow can be good too, though, like Shadow casting. Okay, so that's looking good for our core army. We could get a couple of like filler units. I'm trying to think what else we really want. I mean, a Chariot might be okay. I feel like maybe another Chaos Knight, because the frontline Harganeth Executioners are pretty damn strong. So I feel like we might need something to kind of take that down. We have enough backline pressure, I think. Spam Pistoliers for the greater goods. Dinos full mast. Do we want a Gore Beast Chariot? We could try a Chariot. You know, I don't play with Chariots terribly often, so I think let's try and make that work if we can. Good luck to my opponent. Don't worry, Anna. I do have the pony. The Sigvald, as a matter of fact, Anna, Sigvald is going to be riding a pony. I don't know who this is. No, I have no idea who this is. I don't know who I'm playing. We'll see. Chaos Trolls, great game to Shadow. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, hopefully these guys will be joining in chat right now, and you know, you can talk to some of our competitors. So we're gonna get these Chaos Warriors in the front. They're obviously gonna be our meat and potatoes. Get the Forsaken on the back here, and then Sigvald, he's a very good choice because he's like, he doesn't die easily, so he allows your other stuff to like do a lot of work before, you know, having army issues. These Chariots we can kind of sit over here, and then we can have our Chaos Knights Goon Squad over here. Let's get the Chariots in group 1 for starters. And good and good. All right, here we go. We got him, and then the Poison Hounds. We have an extra group, so maybe we just put them in group 4 and just get a little bit crazy. It's too bad the Chaos Poison Hounds don't have Vanguard. You gotta like start them in your own territory. Shaggoth can actually be right here. Great. All right. Oh no, what happened? Our whole group got screwed up. Okay, that looks good. Cool. Yes. Sigvald riding a pony. What if Sigvald could ride on Kolek? I feel like that should be a Lord option. Okay, so we're gonna... Oh, okay, he's got spears. He's got a Hydra too, which is interesting. Good thing I brought a Shaggoth. If I didn't bring a Shaggoth, that Hydra would have just gone deep on us. All right, so we're going to march up the hill. He does have the missile advantage, so unfortunately I do have to kind of yield the high ground to him. We do have a really good starting wins magic, so we want to look for something that's worth Fate of Buna. So we want to use that probably on the Blackguard and Ogron. So we're going to wait till we get a little closer. The Shaggoth we need to be careful with, for sure. So let's kind of keep advancing. He's kind of in transition right now, so we should be able to kind of get really good positioning. So the Poison Hounds are going to be scurrying around the back. We don't have, obviously, Marauder Horseman might have been good to kind of deal with this guy. So he might be trying to do a breath attack on us. So do we want to use this? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to Spirit Leech him real quick. Just kind of keep running. He might be trying to snipe. Looks like it. No, I don't think so. Okay, so let's go ahead and charge up the hill, which always sucks. But you know what? We gotta pay the iron price sometimes, guys. And get the Forsaken over here as well. These hounds can go around the back, and the Chaos Knights can go ahead and let's just get them like positioned in the back here. Great. So Sigvald's here to have some fun. Let's get the chariots up here. Get ready to position and have a jolly old time at our opponent's expense. So he does have the Destroyer. That's why we're not able to actually cast right now, which is really strong. Forsaken should be able to get in the cookie jar. So let's pull these guys here. These guys here. These guys. Can we squeeze through here? I think we can. So the Chaos Knights, let's pull them back. Now the hounds are going to be able to get into the Dark Shards here, and these hounds can get into the Dark Shards over here. Great. So we're kind of opening up the pocket there. We get a really good surround on our opponent. Our caster is getting a little bit isolated, and I totally forgot about my Shaggoth here. So let's get him going. And we do have a Fated unit, so we want to get that on the Black Guard before, you know, the funny business happens. But the frontline engagement's going pretty well for us, I would say. Yeah, great. Okay, so let's get these guys going into the back of those. These Forsaken up on the high ground. You get that really, really nice kind of Fated unit effect going here. Great. So the Shaggoth, we're just going to kind of park here. We're going to pull the Shaggoth up here to help, so go to group 3, pull this guy back here. And I think the engagement's going pretty well. The Chariots, we can go ahead and slam into the side of his formation here and just, you know, start doing maximum damage. Pull those Knights back. Got a little bit sloppy with them, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. Great. So the Shaggoth is kind of just lurking. I'm just following after Malekith. So let's come up and under. And the Deathcaster, we can run back towards... oh, can we loop around? Can we dodge him? And we do get the dodge. Great. So now the Shaggoth can go ahead and start fighting Malekith. Actually, we probably just want to focus the Hydra with it. And the Deathcaster can just keep doing the moves like Jagger. Great. So the Forsaken can slam into these flanks. The Chariot's able to completely collapse those guys. Bounce power is probably going to be in our favor here in just a moment. We'll just run our Deathcaster off into the forest. And the Chaos Knights, we're just kind of like running circles around these Blackguard and Ogron, which is fine. I don't mind. I think we're winning elsewhere, so let's go ahead and Spirit Leech again. Frontline engagement seems to be going well. The Chariots are doing some heavy lifting for sure. So let's grab these guys, come up on the high ground, and the Shaggoth is now really, really bullying down this Hydra. So let's grab Sigvald and make sure to double team the Shaggoth there. And our Deathcaster can just run off into the forest and just cackle at my opponent's expense. Great. So let's pull these Chaos Knights around now that we finally get that like real good kind of wrap on everything. These warriors can collapse here, and it looks like the Hydra is going to be going down. We're getting some real good damage for sure. So let's get those Chaos Knights coming over here, and yeah, I think that's going to be it. I think we're in good shape. I don't know. The bounce power is starting to come into my favor. Are these Spearmen braced? I don't think they are. So I think this Chariot charge is going to be very impactful. So let's grab these guys. Make sure to focus those guys, and that's a pretty juicy little charge right there. They weren't braced for that, so. But yeah, I mean, his Black Guard are so out of position. I mean, we're just going to monster mash his entire army right now. Yes, good. Let's get these AP units going here. The Hydra is probably going to go down, and it looks like that's going to be all she wrote. Do it. All right. Well, yes, that was a good game. I like the build enough. I mean, putting a lot of focus on Malekith. If he doesn't perform, I mean, he's gonna get punished pretty hard. So, all right, one more game for the stream today, guys. We're gonna do one more quick battle, and then that's gonna be it for today. So. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream so far. We had a great showdown with ShadowOnlineGaming and Loremaster of Sotek. Make sure to go check those guys out. They are awesome dudes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I'm just reading chat right now. Yeah, we'll play Greenskins. We'll try and get some Black Orcs, and we'll maybe do a Hoglord. No, we're doing Greenskins. That's the demand, guys. Everyone was kind of... Oh, let me go ahead and remove the scoreboards and everything. So, okay, so hold on. There we go. I did Wood Elves. Do you guys really want Wood Elves? Oh, we're facing the Gobbo King. All right, we'll play Wood Elves. Whatever, it's fine. You guys are getting a true treat. Let's see who he picks. Call me the Professor Pone. He's playing Greenskins. All right, this should be fun. Maybe he'll do Mass Goblins. Let's go ahead and play Mel Gibson. This is gonna be fun. Yes, Mel Gibson, cometh for you. Let me talk some shit. Hold on. He stole my Greenskins from me. He stole the precious. All right, let's get a little bit of Branch Wraith action. And get those abilities. That should be fine. I have Mel Gibson. He's here. Are you not entertained? All right, so let's get those guys. And Wild Riders are really good here. Although I don't know if we need shields on them. Although it's only 100 more. So what's the melee defense difference? So 23 to 29. I think that actually matters too in the melee fights. Durthu? Durthu's going to be a little bit tough. We could bring Durthu. Dirty Durthu. Yeah, I wonder who would be better. Maybe Durthu? Do you want to try Durthu? Screw it. Let's try Durthu. We'll play mind games. Gobbo's not going to expect it. Okay, so we can get... Hey, Cream of Wheat, thank you for the donation, man. Yeah, that should be fine. Great. Okay, so that's going to be kind of our core army there. And, do we want to get another monster? Do we want another tree man? This is just feeling ridiculous. Oh my god. Hopefully he's not watching. If he's watching, we're fine. We're done for. Hey, Pixelated Apollo, welcome. Oh, the man himself is here. He rises from the ashes. Welcome to the party, my dude. Thanks for joining today. So War Dancers are a little bit shaky here, I think. We could get some Dryads, and then Eternal Guards are going to be good against Black Orcs. But maybe we just need stuff to hold, right? Because I feel like we can win the main engagement. Jeroma, thank you so much, dude. Darth Dirthu. Dirthu screams an Entish. Oh, he readied up on me. The Green Tide is ready? Okay. So, do you want to just go with another Wild Rider and just go crazy on that? And then just get a bunch of, like, heavy trees? Full tree man. Gobble King's a good player, guys. The joke builds aren't going to work on him. Oh my god, it's not going to... It's so frightening. Okay, well, whatever. I'm here to have fun with you guys, so let's... Do we want Azrai Spears? I mean, we have enough heavy hitters, I think. Okay. This is so janky. Oh my gosh. But what's great is we don't have to protect any archers. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Pixelated Apollo's here in chat. The man himself. We had a really fun free-for-all game a couple weeks ago on his stream, actually. It was a great time. Yeah, thank you so much for the donation, man. The Ents are coming. Yes, they are. Dirthu screams an Entish. Oh my god. I don't know if the Gobble King might do mass Vanguard Goblins. We're not sure. He's a sneaky dude, so you never know what to expect from him. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our main line here. We're gonna get Big Dirthu and this Ancient Tree Man. We have an Ancient Tree Man too, guys. I don't know if the Greenskins are up to this task. We'll see. We'll see. The Gobble King's a very good player though, so he might be able to deal with it. 2 and then 3 and 4. So we're gonna have these guys here, and let's actually offset them just a little bit, kind of like this. And honestly, like with this type of build, I don't really mind like whatever type of Vanguard he does, because we don't really have any squishy parts. The biggest issue is going to be us getting Dirthu killed by Goblin firing squads. But if we're able to kind of fend that off, I think we'll be fine. Yeah. The Ents march to war. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start the battle. See what the Gobble King's got up his sleeve. We do have a heavy skirmish squad with these Glade Riders with the Hagbane tips. So we're going to see how it goes. I have so much wood right now. Nobody expects the Ancient Tree Man. It's just like one of those things, like, he might not compensate for it because it's like so random. But he might go all goblins too. If he goes all goblins, he could probably swarm us with goblin archers. Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see if this works. I think it might work okay. The Tree Man are a bit of a questionable pick. I mean, that guy looks like a Vargas. Look at his face down there. Look at that. He looks like a Vargas. It's madness. I'm a little suspicious by how long it's taken him to deploy that it's actually going to be, what's it called? Okay, so he is doing a bit of an interesting build here. He does have Azag, so we can go ahead and kind of chase right here. Let's get these guys going here and these guys going here. So he has Goblin Wolf Riders and stuff, but honestly, I think our Treeman army should be pretty durable. So we'll kind of keep hunting him down, just doing that dank skirmishing. He does have some Night Goblins here, so let's go ahead and keep focus firing and just running. He's throwing Fanatics at us, actually, which is a little bit hog wild, but we get some good free damage, for sure. So on the far side, he does have Goblin Wolf Chariots and some other stuff coming in. Death's Creepers, and yeah, we're doing okay. So we'll kind of keep circling around this way and just pressuring. These Wild Riders we can pull back here to kind of help out. Let's reform our ranks right there. And yeah, so far so good. As long as we don't take, heavy damage here on this front, we should be fine. So these guys can charge into these Night Goblins real quick. These guys can go ahead and pull back here. But it's going very well for us on this front. Like, we're getting some huge damage on the Mangy Marauders, which are one of his only AP missiles. So we're going to retreat right here now that he's casting some sort of a spell. So we're going to pull back. Looks like it might have been a Faded Buna type effect. All right, so he's getting some good skirmishing here on the back. So let's go ahead and send these Eternal Guards after these guys. And the Tree Man can go ahead and chase into the Tief Robbers. And good. All right, so our Missile Cav are definitely winning the skirmishing fight. So let's kind of keep positioning here. And the Wild Riders, we can go ahead and just pull back. And let's get some spears over there to kind of help out. And then we can just get ready for another charge. So the Tief Robber's getting a little bit hog wild on us, not going to lie. So let's go ahead and engage these guys. Dirthu can get into that blob as well. Reform ranks here. And these guys can go ahead and engage with those Orc Boys. So So our skirmisher cav in the back getting engaged on a little bit, which is fine. We can go ahead and do this. And let's pull these guys over here because we need to get into that goblin firing squad. So let's go up and around. Let's pull these guys over here. And all right, so far so good. So Durthu isn't taking much damage, which is really good. So let's get that big juicy flock of doom right here. This ancient tree man, we want him in the blob as well. Let's get these guys going here. And the Eternal Guard are just kind of screening out those guys, which is a pretty good little catch for us. So we're going to kind of push through with all of our archers and try and get into the cookie jar. So let's get these Wild Riders and have them get onto those Rusty Arrows. And our other Wild Riders are in a little bit of a dicey situation. We're going to get them on the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. So let's go ahead and use this fat heal right here in the front, which is probably going to be pretty good for us. And yeah, we're just going ham, having a good time. So Azag there is in pretty good shape though. So I'm not sure how we're going to do against that. And do we want to get these Wild Riders around the back? I think we do. But Durthu and the boys are doing really good, so I think we just push through right now and just try and get a little bit crazy. Let's get these Eternal Guard going after these archers as well. And the Glade Guards with the Starfire shafts, or our archers, are, yeah, they're kiting. They're doing it to it. We can have these guys focus the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, and we want to get these Wild Riders back as well. Great, so Durthu and the kind of the tree people are going to be marching forward. We do get a nice flock of doom back here, so let's kind of keep pushing forward. We just need to shut down those Rusty Arrows. That's going to be one of the biggest things for us. So let's get him marching over there as well. And these Wild Riders can go ahead and slam into the back of those guys. These guys can kind of keep shooting here. And where are our other two groups? So our other two groups are in pretty good shape. They're just kind of shooting and having a good time. So let's actually have them go and engage on those Depth Creepers in melee. And good, so we got our Flock of Doom right here. So let's go ahead and do this. And let's get our Ancient Tree Man in company and actually start fighting Azag. This could be a pretty good catch for us if we're able to get some good damage here. So the Wild Riders do get into those archers. We do have our Eternal Guard that are going to be collapsing here against these ones. And yeah, so far so good. So our two Skirmisher Cav are able to kind of do a little bit of hunting. So let's pull these guys back. These guys can go. Do we want to even chase down the Depths Creepers right now? I feel like we would actually lose that fight. So let's get the Dryads fighting here. And how's Durthu and company doing? So we do get some really big damage on Azag here. And we have Melkos. We can actually Melkos him, which is going to keep him from getting away. So if we're able to beat him down with the Tree Men, that's going to be really good. Oh, and Durthu just with that whipping. Oh man, that's real good. So let's put these guys on skirmish mode so we don't have to worry about them. These guys can go here, and let's actually try our best to finish off Azag. So we're going to shoot Azag just like this, and good. All right. So these guys can come over here, and how are our Dryads doing? We have a couple Dryads who are hiding in the trees for some awful reason. So we're going to keep chasing him down. Hopefully we can kind of polish him off, and it looks like we're able to do pretty well for ourselves in this fight right here. So let's just kind of keep working on those big uns, chasing down these Orc Archers with those guys. And in the back, we do have these Skirmishers, and it looks like we do have Wild Riders back online. So that's going to be really good. So we want to get those guys on the Rusty Arrows, which are going to be, you know, the most important target to take down here. So our main goon squad's in pretty good shape. Azag is, you know, he's pretty beat up himself, but the Dryads are going to engage on the Savage Orcs. He does have a lot more than us, but we are using a Tree Man army, which is kind of going to justify our small army here. So great. So let's go ahead, pull these guys in here, get on those Rusty Arrows, and this Ancient Tree Man, he probably needs to waddle over there. Durthu, we're going to pull back. There's too much Goblin Archer fire right here. There's just too much madness going on. Okay, so Durthu's going to do a bit of a retreat. We do have our Ancient Tree Man going to be pushing in here. Our Branch Wraith can keep fighting as well. And we do get the Wild Riders slamming into the back of these guys, which is going to be a really nice catch for us. So our Skirmisher Cav, let's pull them out. And it looks like the bounce of power is starting to shift in the favor. So I don't know how well the big Tree Man build's working, guys. Yes. Okay, so we're going to use that blast. Hopefully that does some good damage. And Azag looks like he's back, so let's actually shoot him with our Skirmisher Cav and see if we can kind of pick him off here, because he's probably going to go in for like a bit of a last desperate charge on our Lord here. So we're going to use a Spirit Leech in conjunction, or an Earthblight in conjunction with that Spirit Leech, and yeah, keep doing it. All right, so our Skirmisher Cav are in good shape. We can kind of run over here to try and resecure, and Durthu is in a bit of a risky situation, but we are getting good arrow fire on his Lord. Yeah, let's see how this is going. All right, Durthu, you need to perform, man. And our big Treekin, he's trying his heart out, but there are a lot of Orcs here. There are a ton of Orcs. So I think that's going to be it. I think the Goblin King's going to get it. Durthu wasn't. I think Mel Gibson or even like a Branch Wraith would have been a better pick. But this was a really good game for sure. All right, so let's fight here. Let's get Durthu kind of back, pull him back this way. We need to just get him away from the arrow fire for sure. All right, so let's pull over here. We can engage these guys right here. And then we want to get these guys kind of focusing down the Chief Robbers in melee. And Durthu, no! Run, Durthu, run! All right. All right, it's not going. Oh, everything's collapsing. Oh no, that's gonna be it. Oh no, we couldn't kill Azag. Even if we killed Azag though, he had too much stuff. Like there was too many Gobos and everything. So that was, yeah, Azag or Durthu falls. Yeah, no, that's it. GG. We say GG. Yeah, the Green Tide was good. It was good. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was a fun series for sure. So that's going to be the stream for today, because I streamed yesterday, so my hands are still a little bit tender, so I don't want to play more than like 2 or 3 games. So, yeah, the Tree Men, I might not bring them if it were like a super serious thing, but yeah. I mean, on paper, they're okay. They were able to actually really beat down his Lord pretty effectively, which is good, but just the Goblin firing squads are able to just burn down those trees so effectively. So, yeah, it was fun. was quite a bit of fun. The forest is crying. Oh my god, the forest is crying. But yeah, guys, thanks again for joining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the best of 5 between Shadow Online Gaming and Loremaster of Sotek. Those were some really good games. And yeah, that'll be it. Any other questions, closing thoughts for the day? No? No, yes, maybe so? No, yes, maybe so. I know, my wood was slain. Oh my god, I love it. Hey, see you later, Hydro Franz. Take care, man. Yes. Yes, it is time. Hey, take care, Luke. Thank you. Lady Turin, all you guys, thanks for moderating. Appreciate you guys. What am I disputing? No. Heresy. Heresy, I say. All right, guys, thanks again for joining. We're probably going to have another best of 5 tomorrow, maybe. I'm not sure what day we're going to do it. Sometime in the next few days. Yes. Please fix matches again. I can't do it, man. I have to let the people play. Yes. All right. GG, guys. And yeah, make sure I'll make sure to get links to their channels and everything as soon as I finish here. So thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll probably be having a stream of my own on Monday, and we'll go from there. Thanks again, guys, and take care. Cheers.